so sorry. Oh my god, sorry for keeping you waiting. I was just making myself a massive cup of coffee. Sorry, it's just really not like me. I'm just kidding. This is very much me. I don't even know why I'm apologizing. It's a condition. It's a serious condition called time blindness. Meet the time blind girl. Chaotic philosopher. She basically went viral when she described this terrible experience she had. Listen.
So I just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question. So I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just wanted to know, are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness and being on time? And then the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else, and then when we were done, they actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodations for time blindness doesn't exist.
How dare they? Shift starts at 8 and everybody has to be there at 8 sharp? But I'm time blind! You have to accommodate me somehow. My shift should start at 9.
And if you struggle with being on time, you'll never be able to get a job.
Disgusting.
Provided you're trying your absolute best to be there.
Provided you're trying your absolute best to be there.
And then they're like, your stupid generation wants to destroy the workplace. And yeah, I think that a culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time.
Yeah.
When there's other solutions that we can look to, I think that...
Like being on time, for instance, right?
Does anybody who thinks it's okay to just treat people like that? Yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled.
Like time? You want to dismantle time?
And then I asked that person, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system? And then to think, I'm entitled. No.
Yeah, you're entitled!
If people think it's okay to treat others like this...
Like what? You want to have precedence over time. The one thing that everybody shares, right? If time goes the same for everyone. One person's 8 o'clock is the exact same thing as another person's 8 o'clock. And you want to have precedence over that. That makes you entitled, right? Wait, we'll talk in a minute, wait.
That's entitlement.
Unbelievable. I am tired of workers' rights not being prioritized in this country. Like the right to not be on time. And we're entitled for suggesting it should be different. I don't think so. Indeed, workers' rights have a long way to go. But the right to not be on time doesn't exist. Surprise! Oh, it's crazy. What she forgot to mention was that she has ADHD. And with ADHD, comes the difficulty to sometimes be able to judge correctly how long it would take to do something or how long it would take to get to a certain place. You kind of tend to lose track of time with ADHD. Time blindness, however, is not a condition. It is a state of mind that everybody has experienced. Have you ever been with a friend for a certain amount of time and you look at the clock and you're like, holy shit, I can't believe it's been 7 hours of us just sitting here and talking. That, my friend, is time blindness. It's when you lose track of time, don't even recognize the concept of time. Pediatric behavioral health specialist, Dr. Michael Manis says, time blindness isn't a diagnosis or a specific symptom. It's more of just a general way of talking about the phenomenon of losing track of time. It can be more extreme for some people, aka people with ADHD. I'm not somebody who struggles with ADHD, so I wanted to hear from the people who do. As someone with ADHD, what does time blindness look like? She's wondering herself. I've always just made the extra effort. I'm an ADHDer. I set a million different timers. As someone with severe ADHD and bad time blindness, I just look at what time I need to be there and prepare 3 hours earlier. I have ADHD. If you have something at 9, you have to be there at 9. You make it work. I have ADHD and my clock and calendar are my accommodations. Same! Now, consider this. You call up your boss. Hey, boss, I haven't received my paycheck today. Just wanted to check in, everything all right? Oh, shit. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I have, time blindness, right? I have time blindness. That doesn't guarantee that you get paid on time. You understand that, right? No. No! What the fuck? No, bitch. You put a billion reminders. What needs to be done? A billion! Ever heard of an alarm clock? It works sometimes. But shut up, you hater! Sorry, that was her exhausted about hearing you and your entitled ass saying that shit, alright? She got mad.
You guys are all lucky I'm not insecure. Very, very lucky. Because the hate I've experienced the last 2 weeks was insane. And because the hate I've experienced...
Hate? How is it hate? People not wrapping their heads around your sought out accommodations. That's not hate. That's not hate. Come on now.
Shocks me that so many people are willing to potentially ruin somebody's life.
Oh my god! Ruin somebody's life.
Ruin somebody's life.
What do you mean ruin your life that you're not on time?
Over them having an opinion that you just disagree with.
Whoa! An opinion. But I have a condition, sorry, right? Time blindness is your acclaimed condition. How is it, now it's an opinion? I don't understand. People disagreeing with your opinion is ruining your life.
Ruin somebody's life.
Must be really, like, deep opinion, you know? Like, if you disagree with my opinion, like right now, you know, you're not ruining my life, though.
This reminds me of somebody who I'm really close to, who I love, who struggles with insecurity and people pleasing. And it makes me wonder, what if this had been them? Or anybody else who struggles with those things.
Yeah, but imagine somebody who struggles with people-pleasing calling up the workplace and saying, "Hi, do you accommodate someone who struggles with people-pleasing?" What the fuck? What is the other person at the other end supposed to think? Do we accommodate... Okay, so, like, I don't even know, like...
Then we just go all around saying, well, this is the internet, this is how it works. We're like, you can accept something is true without accepting it as okay.
Oh my god, there's, like, so many different topics being thrown around right now.
Because people have fallen into deep depressions, their lives have been ruined because of things like this, and we just accept it, it's okay. I'm sorry, but some of us don't.
Sorry. That was insensitive of me. Damn, that was not nice of me. But she was gonna bite you there. I don't know if you noticed. And again, sorry, my cats are messing around. Coco, don't do that right now. We're talking about time blindness. It's a very serious topic. So somebody's like, I have time blindness bad. They lose track of time, but I still make it a priority to be on time for work. Like showing up. Oh, wait. It's a crazy, crazy novel concept. 30 minutes earlier. Which raises the question, when you're time blind, are you only being late, or is it possible to be early? Because we're always talking about it, and like, you know, you're always talking about being late. So also the concept of hate is like, it's like people came at you, you know? They didn't come at you. Like, you're calling people who don't accommodate you for being late, you're calling them entitled. When in truth, it's the other way around. That's all. You're being a little bit entitled, you know? Ever heard of The Clock? It's a pretty popular app on the cell phone. Here, you can actually see it's a default app. Like, you have it, set, like it's already, like, there. I hope my screen isn't too filthy, but, like, here are a few examples of some alarms I had set up, as you can see. This is what my alarm app looks like, right? You know, different times. I turn the ones on that I need to when it's time to know if I have something to do, priorities, because I shouldn't expect people to wait for me. What kind of accommodations were you trying to get?
So this is something that you guys have been asking for a while now, and I just want to apologize for not answering it sooner.
Well, you're always late, so.
So honestly, when I was asking, what I was hoping for was a 15-minute window and more times you're allowed to be late.
Okay, so you want to be 15 minutes late. Right, so if it starts at 8, you want to be there 8:15. Or like until 8:15, that's your window. But then that'll just become your new time, you know? Then you'll be there 8:30. Decent, that's not a reasonable accommodation, you know? If you have time blindness, right? And you can never tell. Next thing you know, you'll be there at 9, and you'll be like, 9:15 though.
And after that video came out, people have stitched and given some really good advice about even more accommodations, like having an expectation time that I didn't think of.
An expectation time?
They also gave tips on how to utilize clocks and alarms.
Oh wow, how to utilize clocks. Maybe that was initially the problem with the time blindness. The fact that we didn't know how to utilize clocks.
Even more so than I already was.
More than you already was. So how are you using alarms more than you had already been using them? Did you get like a louder alarm? What's the situation?
So did I make the video because I'm selfish and I think that everyone must bend their time to me because I don't respect anyone's time? No.
Okay, that's good. Because that's the impression I got.
I just think that schools and businesses have a higher obligation to God, and
Schools and businesses have a higher obligation to God. Okay.
I think that their first responsibility needs to be to care for other people.
Okay.
And if those people are struggling, then they need to reach out to them and ask, okay, how can we help you? What can we do to work on this?
Interesting.
Do I think that them and their time doesn't matter either? Absolutely not.
Then you accommodate for time. Time is that one thing we all share, right? Where nobody's time is more important than somebody else's. And so you have to accommodate with other things to make that time work. Because that's the time that works for everyone. If that means setting 1,000 alarms, there you have it. The resources are there, right? So what if your boss goes, okay, everybody start at 8, all right? You 7:45. That's not what we want, though, is it? The accommodations are accommodations you have to do yourself. But it's much deeper than this for her. One of my main takeaways since being named the time blindness girl, political polarization is more of a threat than we could ever know. Now, how did we bring political polarization to this? Let's see. He's not called chaotic philosopher for nothing.
When people ask me, how does it feel being the time blindness girl and have everybody bashing you constantly on Twitter and Instagram?
Like, bashing you? How are they bashing you? Do you think I'm bashing you right now? Is this bashing? Shit. I'm not bashing you. Are we bashing somebody for disagreeing with them about their approach?
And all I could say is it's a testament of what the United States has become.
Damn! All right.
And we hear about algorithms, political radicalization, and
Algorithms, political radicalization. All right. Two different concepts. How are we tying them together?
how the internet is influencing humans. And we think, oh, okay.
Three different concepts.
But then when it happens to you, you see how big of a problem it is.
When what happens to you? Political radicalization or algorithms?
Because when we can no longer have a civil discussion about a video with very little context.
But we are having a civil discussion. People are disagreeing with you. It becomes uncivil.
It makes you wonder, is there even a future for our nation?
Oh! The audacity! Somebody disagreed with me. Is there even a future for this nation?
And what future is there to fight for?
I think we're being a little bit, a little bit overboard here.
And what future is there to fight for?
What future is there to fight for?
Because arousing mass amounts of hate,
Mass amounts of hate.
judging people, making mass assumptions, and being stuck in a cognitive loop without even knowing it, and then doing exactly what the algorithms want is seen as normal. But you know what? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
That's a lot of words to try and get away with just not being on time, That's a lot of words, just like not being on time. Like, I know a lot of my friends are never on time. Sometimes I'm not on time. I'm not a perfectly punctual person. And some of my friends are chronically always late. Like, we just know this person's gonna be late. I'm sure you know somebody like that in your life. They suffer from a condition called time blind. They don't, by the way. They don't. They're just bad with organizing themselves. The considerate thing to do is anything in your power, like setting alarms, to not be late, Because it really does sound like an excuse. You're not getting bashed, you're educating a lot of people. I always use the my alarm didn't go off excuse, but time blindness is so much better. She said, not even knowing the context.
Civil discussion about a video with very little context.
What is the context?
So why is it that during all the time blindness stuff, my main response was focused on the United States? And focused on political polarization and wondering if there's a future for the US. Now, that video was never supposed to be about time blindness or about my struggle with it. That video was supposed to be focused more on the reaction I was getting. Because I was shocked at how much hate I was getting versus just criticism.
Okay, in all fairness, the line is often very blurry.
And I really think the elites and their algorithms...
The what? The who?
The elites and their algorithms radicalized us to do this. Well, that was a general take. This is about the problem as a whole, not just my situation. It's not about me and my struggle with time blindness. It's about this problem in general. And I think that we're giving them what they want.
We're giving the elites what they want.
I brought political polarization in it because we tend to assume that the left is only collectivist and does not care about personal responsibility, where the right cares about only individual responsibility, lets the powerful get away with everything, and they were putting me in one box. That's a result of political polarization because I do care about personal responsibility.
How the fuck did we get political polarization after you not knowing about the clock app. Well, that was funny. What the The economic injustice. She's out here fighting the economic injustice of having to get to work on time. Sorry, that was a little bit dramatic on my end. Now she's gonna think it's hate because I screamed. It's not. Is it even criticism? Yes. Yes, it is. It is. The approach is a little bit all over the place, all right? Political polarization, the elites, and the algorithms. And corporate obligations to God. Like what? Whoa.
So there's been a lot of lies and rumors circulating about me for a while now, so I decided, let me go ahead and give the story behind my time blindness video.
Thank you. The context that we asked 2 videos ago, before all that mumbo jumbo.
I was applying for a trade school, and I was with my mom, and we were on a phone call.
All right.
And apparently, you were out of the program if you were late 4 times.
Oh, okay.
So I need to know, are there accommodations for ADHD time blindness?
All right.
Because I needed to know that, because if no, then that would need to be a factor in my decision whether or not to go.
Fair.
Now let's be real, when I posted the video, I figured everybody would know I was referring to ADHD time blindness. I really was not in tune to how little neurotypicals know about neurodiversity. And the ableism, let's be real.
But literally everybody with your condition, with ADHD, has their shit figured out. I mean, I'm surprised, like, when she called the trade school, the person at the other end of the line should have told her, you know, suggest ways she could accommodate herself to be on time. It had to go on the internet for people to, like, tell her, hey, the alarm clock, by the way.
My mom lashed out at me. Now, she's a great mom and I love her, but everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody has those days.
And I just wanted to vent about it online because I'm tired of this neurotypical society who does not see your struggle.
She's just not getting it. She's just not getting it. She's not getting, don't throw us ADHD people in there. We're never late because all we can think about is that appointment until we make it there. She's just not getting the fact that, you know, you can't have precedence over time, especially not time you share with other people. You know, there's a reason why when you're on time, it tells people a lot about you. When you're a punctual person, it tells them about you and it tells them how you view them, right? There's a reason why people can arrive to these conclusions. And the reason is because the clock, or the concept of time, is a shared concept, all right? We all share time. You are not at a different time than I am in. Except maybe in this strange exception that is this video. I am not currently, like, you know, shut up. So, you have a date at 8 p.m., alright? You finish work at 7 p.m., so you decide to get ready once your shift ends at work and you want to go directly to your date. Right? Why? Because you don't want to be late. The other person, on the other hand, finishes work at 4 p.m. They ended up arriving at the date 1 hour late. And you were mad. You don't have rights to be mad, you're entitled. No, you were right to be mad because it's inconsiderate of them. Your time is just as important as their time. That's the thing about time. You're allowed to arrive at conclusions like, oh, this person doesn't think of me as a priority. This person is inconsiderate. This person is blah, blah, blah. You're allowed to think those things because you're basing it off of something that we all share, time. Nobody has precedence over time, more importance. It's a very unique concept. So that is why if you suffer or struggle a little bit more than anybody else would because of a certain condition to be on time, then the accommodations you must seek are not within time itself, okay? You have to find ways to be on time. It's not entitled. If you have to go to bed super early, so you wake up super early and set up a billion alarms to remind you that it's time to go to work, it's time to go to trade school, and that's just what you have to do. Maybe your mom can constantly remind you until you're out the door on your way to trade school. Maybe she can drop you off, you know. There are ways. Imagine a doctor needing time accommodations. Anybody at all, literally anybody at all needing time accommodations. It's just frustrating for all of us, and it sends off such a weird vibe. What a weird, entitled vibe it gives off. What do you think? Careful, hater. Was that hate? Was that criticism? I can't tell anymore because everything comes out your mouth. It's just been so hard. It's been so hard lately. It's been so difficult. You know, I sneezed a billion times when I started this video because I have allergies for my cats. 4 cats in this house. Can you even see them right now? No, they're here. Oh, Puma! Oh, Puma. That's Puma. She's just sleeping right there behind the couch. So, but yeah, guys, those were my thoughts. What were yours? Do you even have any? Do you even have thoughts? Sorry, just the chaotic philosopher here asking questions. I do love philosophy, though. I love sensible philosophy. You know, like an interesting train of thoughts. I like that, especially when it makes sense. Algorithms, corporate obligation to God, political radicalization. I still haven't managed to like understand that train of thought, but our talk about the concept of time and why it's important for everybody to stick to it, that, my friend, is in its own way chaotic philosophy. But yeah, guys, that was my thoughts. Share yours down in the comments below, guys, and let me know. Are you a punctual person or not? All right, guys, I'm going now. Bye. Go, you have somewhere to be. You got somewhere to be. I'm your alarm clock. You want me to make a little alarm clock sound that you can use? Maybe that could be your ringtone. Whoa, whoa, yeah, time to go. Time to go, yeah. How's that? Do you like that? That was improvised.